New Texas laws are changing how squatters and evictions are handled across the state. Thank you for joining us. Clint is on leave. Fox 14's Plus Guerrero has more details on how those changes are affecting property owners and constables in Potter County. That story is part of our Democracy 2026 coverage first on Fox.
In August, Governor Greg Abbott signed new state laws aimed at removing squatters from private property and strengthening the rights of property owners. Constables say the change gives law enforcement clearer authority in certain squatter cases, while traditional evictions still must go through the courts.
The reason why it's important to the community is because you get the tenants out quicker, faster through the eviction process due to either non-payment of rent or lease violations, whatever that is. What is important also is that it's a business. It actually happens in the business end.
Estrada says the process follows strict guidelines under Texas law and only happens after weeks of legal proceedings.
It is the business end of it. If you don't pay your rent, then that's what happens. Also a breach of contract. So what happens at the end of the eviction process is what we call a writ of possession. This comes to the point where the constables come in and we have to forcibly remove them by a court order.
For property owners, even with the new laws in place, the process still can be costly and time-consuming. Brian Vogt, a local property owner, says he had to go through the full eviction process before regaining possession of his property.
It's a lot easier to take a few extra steps to get a good tenant than it is to go through the eviction process. The property's not producing income, and then the destruction to the property too. A lot of times the tenant gets mad at you because you're trying to evict them even though they're not paying their rent.
Vogt says working with constables provided added safety during the eviction and helped prevent the situation from escalating. Now, constables say while the new laws can speed up some of the squatter cases, most evictions still require court approval and proper documentation before action is taken. Live in the studio, Blas Guerrero, Fox 14 News. Maya.
Well, thank you. Constables stress the new law does not replace the eviction process. They say all removals must still follow state law and court orders.